Okay, so welcome to Fuck Debt, the series. This one's gonna get a little raunchy, and I might offend a couple people, but don't worry. This is only here to help you and to give you some educational things that you can take home and use and duplicate into everything you can to make your life easier. So that's what I'm here for. First thing is getting rid of bad credit. First video we're gonna dive into. Obviously, we need to take out the bad before we can start doing all that good and make the world go around. So next thing is our first step is not to pay collections. You're gonna hate this answer, but it is a great answer. Don't pay your collections. Reason why? Think of it as a credit standpoint. If you pay your collections, the collection agencies are going to think, wow, he actually accepted financial responsibility and that was his fuck up and he actually was in debt and he did owe those people. So if when or not if but when I show you how to get these collections off your credit score for free, it's going to show these credit companies and these collectors that there's some inaccuracies and it wasn't your fault, and they're going to reward you way more than if you were to pay off your collection. I promise, I've done it myself. Next is do not shut off your credit card. Long term, this is a bad thing, because later down the road, 2 years from now, you go to try to apply at a credit card company, and they deny you and you have no idea why. You call them up, you're pissed off, and they tell you pretty much like, you shut off your credit cards. Why would we open up a credit card with you when you're just going to shut off or barely use it, or you're just going to max it out and try to shut it off and all that stuff? Why would we accept you? That's one of the biggest question marks that are going to pop up in someone's head when they see that you're shutting off credit cards because you're not financially mature. Next thing is stop applying for credit. Stop going to car dealerships and thinking you buy the V8 Mustang. I know this from experience. Stop going in and applying for credit cards, thinking you're going to get a $10,000 limit when you only have $1,000 a month job. No offense, I went through all this, so I'm not judging. But when you're applying for credit cards, and I have a funny story about this, but when you're applying for credit cards and you're applying for credit, it's to get a dock you 2 points plus per credit inquiry, which is going to halter you, and it's going to stay on your record for 2 years before it even closely drops off. And asking car companies and stuff like that to drop it off for you just as a favor is not going to cut it. So just stop it altogether, because it's just going to make the world a lot easier for yourself. Next thing is, we're going to go into repairing the credit. This is the actionable steps you need to take. Stop sitting on the couch. Stop being analysis paralysis. You're watching this video, but if you really have a struggle for whatever reasons, maybe college debt, mortgage, stuff like that, or derogatory marks that you owe Dish Network because you ordered the Conor McGregor fight 7 times and that you didn't, maybe it was on accident or something. But the next thing is just do your research. What is your derogatory marks? What did you do to mess up and get a 480 credit score? So use Credit Karma. If you don't know Credit Karma already, then you live under a rock. But seriously though, Credit Karma is awesome. It updates frequently and it's completely free. You can use it in the App Store, or if you have an iPhone, it's in the app. I don't even know what it's, iTunes or what, I don't even know. So using the App Store. Find all your derogatory marks, count them up, write them down, write down the amount that they are and who they're from, the original collector, not people who keep trying to call you. By the way, when they call you, do not answer the phone. If you do answer the phone, just tell them, hey, look, for legal purposes, send me letters in the mail if you think I'm financially responsible. Don't admit anything over the phone. That is recorded. Then go to cfpb.gov. cfpb.gov is a government website which obviously has more credibility backed than Lexington Law Firm or all these other credit websites that promise you all this stuff, but in return you have to pay them money. This is completely free from the government. They help you and they give you these freebies, and they're like, I guess, being little big brother, and helping you get your fuck ups off your record. It's completely, like I said, completely free. And these creditors, okay, once you challenge with cfpb.gov, as soon as you go through the whole process and you challenge this, creditors have 14 days to respond, a lot faster than some of these credit companies are begging you to pay hundreds of dollars for, to wait 6 months for results. They have 14 days to legally remove it from the government's orders, or else the government will seek legal action against them. And then boom, you will have immediately, from one derogatory mark, you'll probably get 50 plus points just off of getting one derogatory mark off, and that's going to help you a shit ton. Obviously, if you're in the 480s or something, and you get two of them off, you might even be able to qualify for a house at that point, like a USDA or FHA loan. So that is the next thing for you to repair the bad credit. Take action. Do this stuff. Here's some tricks if you want some short-term stuff, and maybe some stuff for the younger guys and girls. This thing is called credit piggybacking. Now, you've probably heard this before. When you were 16, your teacher told you, "Oh, go home, ask mommy to put you as an authorized user on your card," so that way it helps you build your credit. Some of us didn't have families like that, so you can use family for the long term. If you're over 18 and you tell your dad and you give him a sweet deal like, "Hey, I'll pay you $100," he's still not going to trust you with his credit card. I don't believe most parents are going to be like, "Oh yeah, let's give him a $5,000 limit." If they do, they got too much money to worry about anyway. Um, so family and friends, what you need to tell them is, "Hey, let me be an authorized user on your card. I see you've been doing really good with like paying your credit card bills for like years. You never had any problems. You never had to shut off credit cards and stuff like that. Let me be a authorized user. Just send the card to your house and cut it off. Like just cut it in half. Don't let me use it." And they're gonna have a big, weird face, to look at you for. And you're just going to tell them pretty much you just want the credit history. You want the financial gain and the leverage from all that history of them paying on time. So that way it copies and pastes onto your credit score. And then they'll understand because they understand the struggle of getting good credit. So that's a big one. That's a free way. If you don't have family or friends that are willing to do that, even I've had people who don't want to do that, even though there's absolutely zero risk. BoostMyScore.net is a website that's temporary. It only lasts, I think it's like 30 days. You'd have to check their website. I know they do change some stuff, but it goes through the whole legal process. It's completely legal. Credit piggybacking has been legal since the early 2000s. Even if you're 18 and you become an authorized user, and let's say your mom or dad or even some random from Boost My Score had 5 years of perfect payments, that will copy and paste over to your credit. It's not going to make sense that you're like 13, 14 years old with perfect payments at $500 a month credit card payments, but it does happen. Credit scores are weird, but this is a way to get ahead of the game when it comes to credit scores. Next thing is rescores, or like rapid rescores. These are permanent, but rapid rescores are very vague to me. I just knew that this is something that was very important, so I put it in here. Rapid rescores, typically lenders and realtors talk about this, really the good ones only. But they talk about these rapid rescores because if you're going through a tough bind or you do have a debt that you do want to take care of, you could pay it off fast with the money you do have. And then you do what's called a rapid rescore, and they just rapidly rescore your credit score, and it boosts your credit score really, really fast. That's something that I really love. Now, next, you got to be creative with all of this. There's so many different ways to use your credit. You're probably have one way, and there's probably the person right next to you that's using it for another way. There's a million ways to use your credit for. You can use it for an apartment, a house, a car. Use it for loans. You can use it for business credit. You can use it for getting awesome credit cards, which deep down in the later videos that I'm going to be building on is going to talk about getting free money with credit cards and getting free travel, free other amenities that I've paid thousands of dollars on courses just to figure this stuff out. And these awesome credit cards is just going to totally change your life. So that way you don't have to use Boost My Score anymore or use your parents' stuff. Use this credit score to even get your own business, get a business loan to start your own business, which is even better because obviously you don't want to work for the man for the rest of your life and pay for their lifestyle when you want that lifestyle. You can use this to do even better than all of this. It's pretty crazy, but here's my next bonus. You can use these tips, this tip right here, this bonus, to pay off your college debt, your house mortgage, your car loan, any huge debt that you may have, credit card debt. It's called the velocity banking method. This method helps you pay off your house in 5 years on a 30-year mortgage. It helps you pay off a car in 8 months. that you've had a 72-month loan on. It pretty much kills all the interest. Banks hate this. Car lenders hate this. Everybody and their mom who lends to you will hate this method, but it is for your best and true interest to do this because, I mean, it's a win-win for you. Now, this next video that I'm going to be getting into, I'm going to be explaining the velocity banking method, where I learned this from, how I learned it, and how I use it into real estate investing and stuff like that to help pay off other deals. But yeah, if you like this video, please share it. I know it's a good video. Like, fuck what anybody else says about what you need to do with your credit. Listen to this video. I promise it will make a change. You won't have to do any money out of pocket. Do not listen to anybody else. Don't listen to family. I mean, even if they're rich, just do this, man. It's gonna help you a lot. If you like the video, share it, like it, tell all your friends about it, referral me, do whatever you need to do. And I'm gonna be coming out with more stuff. So stay tuned and subscribe. Thanks.